They say there are places where reality bends, where history refuses to stay buried. Blackwell Hospital is one of those places. Abandoned for decades, it rots on the edge of town, swallowed by time and nature. A place of whispers, of missing persons, of shadows that move when no one is looking. When we found the hidden room in the basement, we thought we had uncovered a secret. We were wrong because what we found was still alive. The hospital had been closed for over 50 years, but we still had to break in. Me, Ryan, and Jess, three amateur urban explorers chasing ghost stories. The front doors were chained shut, windows boarded up, but the side entrance was just weak enough for a crowbar. Inside, the air was thick with mold, decay, and something else. Something metallic, like rust and old blood. We moved through the halls, flashlights cutting through the dark. Rusted gurneys lay overturned. Old medical charts scattered the floor. Rooms with shattered glass, forgotten equipment, the echoes of long-dead patients. Then we found it. A door that wasn't on any blueprint. A door that shouldn't exist. Heavy steel, marked only by a faded red symbol. A crude, eight-legged figure. A spider? No, something worse. Ryan pressed his ear against it. "I hear something," he whispered. "Scraping. Like nails." Jess backed away. "Let's not." Ryan ignored her. The lock was old, rusted. One good kick and it snapped open. The door creaked inward, revealing nothing but blackness. A stairwell, leading down. Then, change. His limbs jerked, stretched unnaturally. His mouth opened too wide, bones cracked, skin split, extra arms pushing through torn flesh. A spider's limbs, growing from a human torso. Then, the screen went black, and the real screaming began. The deeper we went, the worse it got. The walls down here weren't like the others. They weren't just old, they were wrong, twisted, stained with something dark and dried. We reached another door. This one wasn't locked. Inside, a laboratory frozen in time. Rusted surgical tools, shattered glass, leather straps hanging limply from metal tables, and on the far wall, old film reels. Jess pressed play on one of the projectors. The machine groaned to life, flickering shaky black and white footage onto the peeling wall. A man strapped to a table, doctors moving around him. One stepped forward, holding something sharp. The patient began to scream, then convulse, then change. His limbs jerked, stretched unnaturally. His mouth opened too wide. Bones cracked, skin split, extra arms pushing through torn flesh. A spider's limbs, growing from a human torso. Then, the screen went black, and the real screaming began. The sound didn't come from the film. It came from outside the room. A screech, high, clicking, unnatural. We killed the projector, listened, silence. Then, slam, something hit the metal door, hard. Ryan grabbed my arm. "Run!" We bolted, back up the stairs, back toward the exit. But before we reached the top, a figure lunged from the shadows. It was human, or had been. Tall, bones unnaturally thin, extra limbs twitching from its back, ending in curved, serrated claws. Black eyes, too many of them, glistened in the dark. It moved impossibly fast. It grabbed Ryan first. He screamed as its claws sank into his shoulder, lifting him effortlessly off the ground. He thrashed, but the thing, whatever it was, held him like a child holds a broken doll. Jess and I ran. Ryan kept screaming. Then he didn't. We ran blindly through the hospital, deeper into the dark. The things clicking echoed behind us, but we didn't look back. We turned a corner and stopped. The walls were moving. Hundreds of pale, twitching sacs clung to the ceiling, pulsing, shifting as if something inside was trying to push free. A nest. The realization hit at the same time as the sound. A wet, tearing noise. One of the sacs split open, and something crawled out, not fully formed, not human, not spider. A half-grown nightmare, its milky eyes blinking at the light. Jess whimpered. It turned its head, and then we heard the footsteps, heavy, clicking, coming toward us. The mother had found us. The thing loomed at the entrance, blocking our way out, its too thin face stretched, mandibles clicking as it stepped closer. I grabbed Jess's wrist. "Move!" We sprinted. The thing chased, down halls, through rooms, its clicking never far behind. Jess sobbed, her breath hitching in raw terror. I felt it too. The exit was close. I saw the door, still cracked open from when we came in. I shoved Jess forward. "Go!" she bolted. I turned back. It was already on me. I hit the floor, pinned, its claw pressed against my throat, cold and sharp. I saw its mouth open. The clicking sound it made wasn't just noise, it was laughter. Then, a scream. Not mine, not the creature's. Jess had come back. She swung a metal pipe, slamming it into the thing's head. It screeched, lurching back. I scrambled up, grabbed her hand, and we ran. This time, we made it. We burst into the night, sprinting until our lungs burned, until the hospital was just a dark shape in the distance. But as we ran, I heard something inside me, a whisper, a clicking sound growing louder. If you ever hear about Blackwell Hospital, do yourself a favor, stay away. Because we didn't escape. Not really. Not if I can still hear it. Not if I can still feel something inside me. Moving.